Hi, welcome to our second episode of our podcast with Kriti Elder Care. I'm Maria, and today with me I have Saurabh, who has come from Australia, and his mother is here with us. She's a resident here at Kriti Elder Care. So, welcome, Saurabh. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And so, you grew up in Delhi, and now you are living in Sydney.
Correct.
So, how is that? What is home for you and your family?
So, of course, for home for my family is now Sydney.
Okay.
And thankfully, I can call it home now because of Kriti.
Okay.
And, because, I was the kind of person who would never, ever want to be outside India because I wanted to take care of my parents and I thought that this is my responsibility.
Yes.
So that is the kind of thought I always had. But now, home is Sydney.
Home is Sydney.
To answer your question, yeah.
That's amazing because that's what we wanted to talk to you about in this podcast, that, the stigma that a lot of people, including myself, face here with parents. And so when I first met your mom here, when I joined here as a volunteer, I came to Kriti, and she was the one who greeted me, and she has all this energy around her. So I knew that, she's feeling proud to be here. She's not like most parents who feel that, their children have left them here and they have gone maybe abroad. So as a family, I could feel that there's some strong, family behind her. So for you as a son or your siblings, how did you guys finally decide that, it's safe for her to be at an elderly care here at Kriti, and while you can, be living in Sydney?
We were always thinking what's the right care, even while we were working in India.
Yeah.
Because what used to happen is my father was having Parkinson's.
Okay.
My mother had, due to whatever reasons, was in a state of depression.
Okay.
At one point in time.
Okay.
So we always used to think that how will we care? What's the standard operating procedure? Let's say if I'm in office and, something happens at home when my father was having Parkinson's or my mother is into depression, something happens. How do we take care of it? And we were never able to figure that out because from office till home was around 2 hours. I used to work in Gurgaon, live in Mayur Vihar. That was a 2-hour drive.
Okay.
And if something were to happen, 2 hours is a golden period for elders. So we were like, we will reach in 2 hours and then assess the situation maybe in half an hour. Then maybe, if required, need to reach the hospital. So we used to always calculate how many hours will it be.
And that precious time would all be lost.
Would all be lost. So it was always that thing going on in the mind.
The fear, yes.
Correct. And then now I would say, thankfully, COVID hit. And then we were at home. And when you're at home, the interactions increase.
Increases, yes.
And when the interaction increase, of course, there are some alignments and some misalignments. So that is where, the thought that, we are able to give that care.
Yes.
But there were some thought process differences because I had a small kid. My parents wanted to be, because they by nature have been outgoing, they wanted to be in the park, they wanted to be meeting people despite COVID. But we as a young family would always want that
protect the baby
from the outside. COVID infections and all.
Exactly.
And that is where there was a difference in thought.
There has, that a lot of families were facing that. We also were facing the same.
Correct.
Yes, because grandparents at that time were not understanding that they can also bring it inside of the home for the baby. Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
So with that thought in mind, we thought that it'll be best to, either of the ways. I had two options that, one is that I move out or they move somewhere where both of us can live with our idea of life.
Yes.
Right?
The thing is that the parents first of all feel attacked if we ask them. So when you found Kriti, what made you feel that you can, talk to your parents about this place? that did you, so anything small or big, did it feel like home or anything that you liked about it that made you feel that yes, my mother will be happy here?
Correct.
With the people or anything that you noticed?
Yes, there were a lot of things that we noticed.
Okay.
And I would like to give some background before I talk when my mother entered Kriti.
Okay.
So we were exploring Kriti or a Kriti-like place for my father.
Okay.
Who has had
Parkinson's?
Yes, he had Parkinson's and he was having COVID.
Oh.
He caught COVID in COVID times and he was admitted to hospital.
Okay. So
and we were looking for
a care facility.
For care after discharge.
Okay, got it.
That is what we were looking for. And that is where my wife, thanks to her, that she started searching for care homes, nursing homes, or any facility like this that could take care of my father.
Okay.
Because we knew that for sure, in that situation, we couldn't have taken
at
care.
Home, you couldn't. Yes.
So, in fact, from siblings and, from cousins and extended family, there were ideas coming in that, why don't you keep an attendant at home? Why don't you keep a nurse at home? But by virtue of what my work background has been, I always knew that I couldn't get specialists who could do the job at home. Because if there is somebody who is a specialist, he would rather, or he or she would rather work in a specialized facility than working at home.
Exactly. Yes.
So we knew that there would be specialized places. In fact, from the hospital where we were getting discharged, that hospital was also providing those services.
Okay.
We also reached out to them. But then, because we were not satisfied with just one hospital or one source of information, we reached out to the broader market.
Okay.
So that is where we found that services provided by Kriti and the personal touch we were getting right from day one. We were talking to Sitaram from day one.
Okay, Sitaram ji is amazing at,
So, and it was no frills, real conversation.
Real, yes.
So that is
no promises which will not be fulfilled. Yeah.
So we could just make out that this is all real.
Yeah.
So because when we were talking to hospitals, primarily their business is treating.
Yes.
And care, whether home care or residential care, is not something that hospitals would specialize in.
Yes.
That's a totally different
category.
Yes, that's a totally, if you see in the vertical supply chain of things, so to say, it is totally different. So that is where we reached out to many care homes, and we then talked to Sitaram ji, and he told us the real thing, and that is where we started exploring. And of course, the decision maker was my mother.
Okay.
So we just requested her that, you go and see the facility. And, I just want to say that in all this, I had just left for Australia thinking that I will call parents there later.
Okay.
But that didn't happen because my father, in the meantime that I reached Australia, I was 14 days in quarantine. And my father got admitted, and within 30 days of being admitted, we lost him.
Oh.
So that is where the whole dynamics was happening. And now the pressure was on that I have left. Mom is there. I can't return because the flights were not, allowing us to be back. So that was a lot of stress.
Yes. I don't know how you handle all of that. Getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Especially with COVID and all, yes. So you were in quarantine and
I was in quarantine.
Okay.
The moment I came back out of quarantine is where I came to know that my dad is not well. And that is what I was thinking at that point in time, that this is the moment where I exited the house and COVID entered the house.
Yes.
Had it been that I would have been in the house, then possibly I, my wife, my daughter would have caught COVID.
Also.
So we were just, cutting fine.
Yes.
And we were out of the house.
Wow. That's
So
really...
that is where we were thinking, but more responsibility towards me was towards my daughter, the next generation. So COVID should not do something that
affects her
for a lifetime.
Yes.
So that is where the thought was coming, and we said that and now I was in Sydney talking to my mother here. She was dealing with emotional stress. She was dealing with stress that where would she be now, how she will live. We had a big house, so 5-bedroom house, one single person, what to do. And I tried multiple things. I tried the most so to say, the most basic things like renting 4 rooms of my house.
Okay.
So that
she would have the one room, and
she would have one room, and the others would have
that's interesting.
she would have others' attention because she wanted to be in the house.
Yeah.
Right? So, but that didn't work out because some of the people duped her of her money.
Oh my God! Oh,
right?
Really?
So that is one thing, and then while this was happening, she was duped of lakhs of money.
Oh my God!
By people who knew that there is a vulnerable
lady is living alone.
Lady.
Okay,
yeah.
Yes.
So that was one part of the whole thing. But of course, money was a criteria.
Yes.
But the worrying part was that what if
safety
something happens to her?
Yeah.
Because she will go back and now ask for her money.
Yeah.
And what will then happen?
The safety issue.
Yeah,
yes.
The safety issue.
Yeah.
So that is where
that's when you connected with
we were already in touch.
Okay.
We had thought about my father, but because my mother was adamant that I don't want to move, so we were just being patient with her.
Okay.
And one day what happened is she had a heart attack.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And that was the worst thing that we could
imagine at that time. Yes.
Imagine that point. And this is like in series, lost my father. Now my mother had a heart attack within a span of 6 months. So how do we manage this situation? Whatever we were thinking earlier, what will be the reaction time if I come back from office and stuff?
It got worse,
But it happened. Now it was like, how many days will I take to be back? Right?
Yeah.
Like we were talking hours.
Yes, right? From your place of work. Yeah. Correct. Now it got worse.
Yeah. So, and that is when one of the housemates that I had rented my house was a good guy, and he saw that she was not well and something was wrong, and he rushed her to the hospital.
Okay.
Right? So God willing, and thanks to God that she got the right attention
at the right time.
Time. But then the question again came back. This time he was there.
What if nobody is there? Yes.
Nobody is there? 4 housemates. Everybody goes for their job. Something happens.
Who will take her?
Yes. So we needed something that was Kriti-like. By now we had understood.
Yeah.
But
like a permanent solution.
Like a permanent solution where we could have somebody always looking
24 hours.
Yeah, looking for them.
Yes.
And looking after them if they are all okay. And so that question again started coming back. And that is when we told my mother, and to be very honest, she was very much cost conscious.
Okay.
So she would want to explore everything, something which is available nearly free of cost, to something which is medium cost.
So adorable.
So to something which is high cost. So we took out 5 or 6 options for her, and she went to each of them. That was facilitated, and there were people offering free services, but of course we knew that you get what you pay for.
Yes, exactly.
So but of course we were also cost conscious. We didn't want to go to some very high branded names where we are not getting the real thing.
Yes.
So that is where we found a golden mean in Kriti. And thankfully, the golden mean was also felt by my mother.
Okay.
So that is where initially, to be very honest, when she was talking about Kriti, she was like, no, I'm not able to imagine myself there, and I'm, they're all aged there, and because she was thinking she's young,
and she is, one of the younger ones. Yes.
So, but then when she, then we had to do a bit of convincing.
Okay.
That you just go for 7 to 10 days. If you don't like, you have the house.
Yeah.
The house is not going anywhere. And that is where she said, okay, I'll just give it a try.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
She said that, yeah.
And that is where we signed her up. She came in. And within a span of 10 days, I would not say that she said, now I am, my life will be at Kriti, but something happened where she said, let me see some more time.
Okay, great. Yes.
And gradually, it went and became better and better. And thankfully, one day came within a span of 6 to 9 months that I called her and, I asked her that, how are you and stuff. And she said, can you talk to me in some time? I'm in the middle of my activities.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, wow, that's amazing.
And that is where I thought.
She got busy with her activities.
And that is where I thought, I'm happy that you are not wanting to talk to me.
Yes.
So this change happened.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's what we all want for our parents, that they get busy in their activities. They don't just sit and wait for, us or our calls. Wow.
And that is where I felt now, what we were talking about earlier, each part of our family, each age group has a different life to live.
Different life, yeah.
So while we were living our lives at home, they were not living that life.
They were not, yes.
While they were living their life of being out in COVID, we were not living the life we wanted to be.
Yes.
So that is where we thought that,
Yes.
Now,
and I think, Saurabh, that the fear that you are sharing now, that of her being alone at home, everybody at office or work, and something happening. And so that is the fear that a lot of us share and our parents.
Yeah.
So that we need to tell them, and that's where Kriti or a place like Kriti comes in.
Correct.
That because when they get older, they start having some falls also sometimes.
Correct.
And it's hard for them to accept. But I've seen for my mom also that she falls. So if you are in a place like this, you can immediately get care.
Correct.
But your son or daughter will take time to reach. But thanks for sharing that, because that's an amazing journey. And even your daughter was here from Australia to meet Jolly Auntie. And for kids also, how do you instill in them that this humbleness and love for grandparents? Because these days with grandparents at home, I feel that the respect is there, but sometimes the kids are getting annoyed at grandparents if you're 24/7 living with them.
Correct.
So has your daughter living away from grandmother improved the relationship? You feel like is there a better relationship you feel with?
I feel the fondness has increased.
It has. Okay.
And to be practical about how Indian households are, we are all in the same house, and now I'm able to imagine it, because now I live in Australia and I see how people in Australia do it and how we do it.
Yes.
We have some great fundamentals as a country, but some places we need to change our
yes.
And this is one of those where the kids, the more quality time they spend with their grandparents is what will increase their fondness, and not the more time.
Quantity, so quality more than versus quantity.
So that is there. And when I go there and see people live their life independently even when they're 90. They're able to drive cars.
Yes.
And they are very much fiercely independent.
The system is like that. But in India, they are dependent parents. So, and also just to finish off, our discussion, if say a son or daughter is silently suffering with this thought, that because see, relatives are there in our lives too much and they do judge. So if somebody is thinking that, Kriti is a great place and I can also, get my mother or father there, but they are fearful. So what advice would you give to them that, it's okay, don't think like that, or How do you take that step?
So I will tell you, I won't give anybody advice because
Yes,
each has their own. Everybody of us are mature enough. But I will tell you what I did. So I was getting constantly told by my relatives, ranging from मम्मी को वृद्धाश्रम भेजोगे.
Exactly, right? That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
To why do you want to shirk responsibility?
Yes.
And multiple things like this.
Exactly.
But my questions that were coming in my mind were like, you good that you're thinking about my mom like that, but God forbid if something happens to her, will you come down and take care of her? I will be there, but you will also be there. So if you are not part of the activity that happens, then I better take the decision.
Wow. Yeah. So their opinion does not matter, because if they will not be there to take care, then we should not listen to their opinion. Correct. Wow. Yeah. That's amazing. No, thanks for sharing and thanks for being here.
Sure.